So, I'm making this channel, and it's gonna be more or less an otakudom channel. Now, there are plenty of otakudom YouTubers and content creators out there, like Lost Pause or Noble, for an example, the Anime Man, Akidearus, but I feel that there's never really been anything that really brings it all together. I mean, the otakudom is not really all about anime, manga, and light novels. There's also games. There's also those other things and those not anime but kind of anime related contents, but they don't really go towards them. They do some of them, but they don't really you know go deeper. And for me as an otaku, I try so much to look up these things to, you know, get more contents I can enjoy. I mean, I like anime. I like all these otakudom stuff. So even if it's not directly a part of it, if it's connected, I kind of want to see what happens. And yeah, it's hard to get them from all these others, you know, YouTubers. And I know they're not the only ones out there. There are plenty of other stuff, but those are too generalized and they don't go too deep. For example, there's plenty of those other YouTubers who like to make anime tier lists or character tier list, or maybe they make some, what do you call those things again? Top 10 videos or top whatever, anime music challenges, or guess your anime, guess your character, those kinds of things. But in general, I can't say I enjoy it. I mean, those contents feels like an adult that just wants content just decided to make it up. That, I mean, top 10s, they're quite easy to make. All you need to go to is, my anime list. Look at the top anime of whatever content you're trying to find, and you can just watch a certain amount of episode of those animes, alter the list slightly, and done. Top 10 anime of blah 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 genre of all times. Done. You got the list. And for me, that's kind of meh. I mean, let's face it, sometimes when an otaku watches those top 10 blah 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 anime videos, they might feel, what the fuck? Why is this anime on this list? Or why is this anime not on this list? And most of the time, I do find myself feeling kind of like that too. So, this channel is gonna be more or less an all rounder. It's not just gonna be anime, manga, light novel. It's also gonna be, you know, games. Like, there's plenty of anime games out there. And some of them have a pretty damn good story. Now, an example of some games I enjoy that have original story is like FGO. Now, I know there's plenty of FGO YouTubers out there, FGO content creators, so some of the contents are gonna be pretty damn similar, but the way I like to do things is I don't like to cheat myself, or at least feel like I cheat myself by going through walkthroughs when I play. So I'm gonna be playing it how I like to play it, and I think that for most new players that just joined the game but want to get to the event, or for more casual players, they're gonna be playing it in a rather similar way. So I want to get this serious because, after event grinding, shit can get pretty damn real, especially when you're trying to get that last copy of the event CE. To max limit break your event CE, but the drop rate on those events, it's like the gacha all over again in FGO, but this time it's actually time consuming, and it gets your stress level rising, okay? So I wanted to make a more casual content. And another game I like is Danmachi Memoria Freeze. Now, it's a really good game. It's a really fun game. The mechanics are simple. You can autoplay the game, but the reason it's worth playing is even though you can autoplay the game, if you autoplay, it's AI. You won't be getting the ideal result. Now, you might be able to power through it with sheer stats and rarity on the first few levels, but go to the harder difficulties of the higher levels and yeah, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna get annihilated. It's really free to play friendly. I personally really enjoy it. And there's gonna be some of these splash contents like this that I'm also going to relate with the anime and the light novel or manga or other works that, you know, I can find as an otaku to be quite enjoyable and quite memorable. For example, I think I'm gonna go a bit deeper on the Argonaut story of Danmachi Memoria Freeze because it's not out as a book, at least not as far as I know. It's not out as a book, it's not out as a manga. It's just exclusively in-game content. Now, given it's an event and it's already passed, I don't think you guys can see it, but the writer says it's supposed to be the backstory of the world building behind Orario, behind Danmachi as a series, and while playing through the game and reading the story, I find myself crying. It's touching, it's really touching, and story-wise, I think it's really well written. I mean, we hear Krozo, we know Wealth Krozo, but who the heck's the original Krozo? Now, these contents, they go over that. So, I want to bring more contents like these to light. To more of the casual otakus, and who knows, maybe the more hardcore otakus or the more veteran otakus will also find enjoyment in it. Something a bit differently styled from the other YouTubers. And last but not least, I'm definitely gonna be doing some anime reviews. Now, I'm not only going to be reviewing the newer ones, I'm also gonna be reviewing some of the older ones. But I'm gonna go about it differently. Because some YouTubers, they straight out badmouth some anime. They go with the flow, they go with the trend. Here's an example. Sword Art Online. Let's face it, many people badmouth it. Many people say it's trash. Many people say many different things about it. And to me, myself, I find this pretty annoying. Pretty darn annoying. Because, one, they did not know the backstory about SAO. That story was written like years ago. Like, heck. It was rejected once, and then it was picked up after Exoworld, which is supposed to be on a similar timeline, but supposedly on a parallel universe, so it's not really a sequel, but it's supposed to be connected. And when you're watching them, you actually see similar themes. So I'm gonna go over these crossover contents too, and I think it's gonna be really fun. But back to the reviews. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to try and bring out all these facts. Noted, try. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be able to get everything. But to me, I feel like there's just this group of people in the anime and otaku fandom that they feel more powerful when they gang up on something. SAO is a really good example, Eromanga Sensei is a really good example, and yeah, these people need to stop. And I think that there needs to be a content creator that defends these works, because remember, these works are works made by some people, some very respected people, and they're doing it for a living. Stop bashing their work just because you want to feel powerful, just because you can't agree to some points of it. I mean, it's fine if you want to make fun of something. I mean, sometimes I do watch parodies, Abridged series parodies like SAO Abridged. Hey, it's a good laugh. Danmachi Bridge. It's a good laugh, but watching people badmouth the anime I like is just straight out a no-go for me. That's a no-no line. And there are plenty of ways to enjoy the SAO series, and that's the kind of things I'm gonna go over too. So if you're interested, you can like and subscribe, and click that bell button for notifications so you can get notifications when I do make a video and upload it. I mean, you don't have to, but it'll be nice. See ya.